Oh,
My gosh, I cannot believe how fast this year is going by. I mean, it's already 6 months to Halloween. Oh boy, I better get started on some halfway to Halloween content. Oh, what do you think, Bandit, huh? Oh, maybe he'll help me. Oh, all I know is, well, hopefully those aliens don't show up again. They always seem to show up when we do something spooky. Oh, I know. I'm gonna run down to the local abandoned spook house and film from there. I'm so excited.
oh, sounds like a plan. Great plan for halfway to Halloween. Let's go, Bandit.
Hey guys, hey, welcome to Mondays with Marc. I'm Marc, and this is Smokeysteveandmarc. Oh, yes, it is. Welcome or welcome back, and welcome to the Spook House. And halfway to Halloween! Ooh, I am so excited! Halfway to Halloween. Oh my gosh, we celebrate this every year, right? And every year it's getting bigger and bigger. And I thought it would be so much fun to film from our local abandoned, haunted house. And I found myself in the library, It's actually kind of a nice library for being abandoned and haunted, Anyway, how the heck are you doing anyway? Are you ready for some mid-year spooky fun? Because we are going to have some fun tonight. We have recipes and FYIs and DYKs and just all that stuff, okay? We're just going to have a really, really good time. So much fun. I don't even know if we're going to get to put it all in one video or not. Maybe. Who knows? We may have to do 2 videos. But yes, halfway to Halloween, it's just a great way for people who enjoy Halloween, like myself and Steven, to have a little fun. About a half a year early. And while we're all usually accustomed to enjoying all things spooky for Halloween in October, halfway to Halloween, oh, well, it brings out the witchy festivities a whole half year early. And the origins of halfway to Halloween, well, that could be dated all the way back to medieval times. And that would be Germany's celebration of Walpurgis Night, also known as Saint Walpurgis Night. It's a celebration that takes place every year on the night of April 30th to May 1st. Now, initially, it was a night to pay tribute to the Abbess Walpurga, who had been known in the 8th century for warding off pests, illness, and witchcraft. She was celebrated on May 1st due to a medieval record indicating that was the date of her canonization. Later, like many festivals and holidays, the celebration was influenced across Europe by pagan practices, local folklore, and myths. Throughout time, Walpurgis Night has grown, shifted, and evolved, and is in some ways seen as a second Halloween. Both Halloween and Walpurgis Night have their origins in pagan celebrations that mark the changing of the seasons, when it was believed that the veil between the spirit world and ours was the thinnest. Now, certain traditions remain from the medieval period, such as hanging sprigs of foliage, dressing up in costumes, and leaving offerings of Ankenschnitt for phantom hounds. And for centuries, witches have pilgrimaged and held large celebrations on the Brocken, the highest of the Harz Mountains in north-central Germany. And they would build huge bonfires, which lovers would jump over when the flames would die down, in in a practice called the corn jump. Now, new Walpurgis night customs include fireworks shows, parades, parties, and of course, halfway to Halloween celebrations. Oh, and if you're feeling up for adventure, you can make the pilgrimage to St. Walpurgis' tomb in Ankenstadt. Interesting stuff, huh? I know we've told that before, but I mean, it bears repeating, certainly for a halfway to Halloween video, right? And yeah, so halfway to Halloween, well, it's getting bigger and bigger every year. In fact, it's considered I guess an official, unofficial holiday now. And I'm actually kind of surprised that the large companies that kind of dictate our holidays, if you know what I mean, Marc, hasn't made this one even bigger than it is. I bet you before you know it, there's going to be halfway to Halloween cards, and you'll feel real bad if you don't send them out. You know how they can get you to do that? I don't know. Those corporations are something else. But anyway, I tell you what, anything that you enjoy doing at Halloween time is perfectly acceptable at halfway to Halloween. We even have a few people in our neighborhood here that decorate the outside of their house. Now, I haven't done that. The most I do is put a sign out that says Happy Halfway to Halloween. But maybe next year we'll go all out. What do you think? I guess maybe. Anyway, one of my favorite things about spooky season is being scared. And we all love being scared. And I mean the kind of scared that's like whimsical scared. I don't know, you put on an old 80s slasher film, the real campy ones. I mean, it's totally fake and it certainly is campy. And but there are a couple little jump scares in there, that kind of whimsical fear, And every single year we've held a poll and we asked our viewers what they're most afraid of, what you guys were most afraid of. And every year it's very similar. I mean, we have all the regular ones, like the fear of drowning, the fear of dying, the fear of ghosts. But one stands out every single year. The most popular fear is the fear of bugs. Oh, bugs! And I have to relate. I'm not a bug person, and y'all, we're about to experience something in the bug world, and the so-called cicada apocalypse.
Oh, yes, those cicadas. Those insects with stout bodies, broad heads, clear membrane wings, and large bulbous eyes. Ooh, now they're not harmful. They're more annoying than anything else. I mean, first is that sound. I mean, they can get so loud. I mean, very loud. In fact, their songs can reach 90 decibels. That's as loud as a lawnmower. And how about those exoskeletons? Oh, they just leave them everywhere, all over the place. So creepy, don't you think? Now, cicadas are a very interesting insect, to be fair, with a very, we'll say, unique life cycle.
I mean, they are interesting too. They're a fascinating insect too. Their life cycle is pretty interesting. The little nymphs, they burrow underground and they stay down there until they are adults and emerge whenever the ground warms up to about, I think it's 64 degrees, right? And there are two types of broods that really come into play this year, okay? And the one brood, those little cicadas down there, they stay down there for 13 years. And the other brood, they stay down there for 17 years. And this year, well, they overlap. Yes, they're all going to emerge around the same time, in addition to the yearly cicadas that kind of emerge. So you can imagine, you're going to start seeing it on the news. That's why they call it the cicada apocalypse. Yeah, creepy stuff. Oh, those exoskeletons totally creep me out. They really, really do. Oh, gosh, bugs!
So we are in the kitchen. I mean, what a better way to follow up a segment about bugs
than to make something in the kitchen, right? Hey, we gotta keep that creep factor going for halfway to Halloween, right? And we have a great recipe today. We really, really do. You know, I wanted a recipe that would be, well, not only great for autumn and Halloween, but that it would be really good all year round. And this recipe is it. Have you ever had a skillet cake? We're gonna make an autumn pear skillet cake that is so delicious, y'all. And just by swapping out those pears, you can have a seasonal dessert any time of the year. And pretty quick too. So let's get started. Shall we? Here are our ingredients. For our dry ingredients there, we have 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon each of grated orange rind and ginger. For our wet ingredients, we have 1 cup of whole milk and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then for our fruit, we have between a pound and a pound and a half of Bosc pears, which I peeled, cored, and then sliced thinly. About a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, something like that. And then we have our cast iron skillet all ready to go here. That would be, you could use a 9-inch or a 12-inch. And in there we have 1 whole stick of unsalted butter. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put our pan with the butter in it in a 350-degree oven to melt that butter. And that'll be about 4 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to take our dry ingredients here. That's our sugar, our flour, and both of our zests, the baking powder, and I forgot to mention, there's a pinch of salt in here too, okay? Alright. Alright, and we're going to whisk that all together until it's all nice and combined. Nice. Okay, and now we're going to check on our butter, and then we're going to take that skillet out of the oven and add that melted butter right to our dry ingredients. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Okay, and now all we're going to do at this point is we're just going to stir it in there just to combine. Okie dokie. And now we can add our milk and our vanilla. And now we're going to mix this up until it's well combined. All right, there we go. All right, so now immediately we're going to pour this right into our skillet. Okay, and now this is where our pears come in. We're going to arrange our pears on top in any design you want there, and leaving about 1 inch of a border all the way around, okay? Let's do this. Okay, I think we have a nice little design going there. Okay, and then very last thing we're going to do, we're going to add some coarse sugar right to the top, predominantly on our pears here. It'll look all pretty. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to bake in a 350-degree oven until it's nice and golden brown. That'll be 1 hour. Go. My goodness. Oh, very nice. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to let this cool a little bit before we cut into it, okay? Let it set and everything. And I think mine's a little dark, so I got it out around 55 minutes. But so definitely check it around the 45-minute mark until it's the way you like it, you know, and you can always test it with a toothpick too, okay? So we're going to add a little bit of powdered sugar. Oh, yes, because why not, right? Powdered sugar makes everything even better. Okay, there we go. And then, once this cools, we can slice it up and serve it with a little bit of whipped cream or maybe some creme fraiche or vanilla ice cream. So, so good. And remember, if you want to do something for a different season, swap out those pears, you know, for berries or peaches or apples or whatever you want. But there you have it, our autumn pear skillet cake. Oh yeah. I don't think you saw a slice of it yet. Oh my goodness, this is so good and so, it's easy to make too, and it's so delicious. I just love this. I love it with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream on it. It's so good. And I said creme fraiche. Oh yes, totally like this. Like the inside of that, I don't know if you can tell, it almost forms like something similar to a custard inside there, It's really good. You gotta give it a try. You really do. Easy to make, totally like what's that word I use? Customizable. Yep, you can switch things out there, add cinnamon, but you get the picture. All right, so what are we oh, you know what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so every year for Halfway to Halloween, I also do we plan our spooky garden. And like last year we did, it was succulents. We did it in a big planter. And then the year before that, we were back at the old place, and I always did, a plot of it outside, and with all different kinds of flowers that are like so appropriate for Halloween. Really, really, really cool. And I wanted to show you this because look how cute. That was Oscar. He used to be, for those of you who don't know, he used to be our outside kitty. One day in the garden, I was working and he wandered in and he never left. He was my gardening buddy for many, many years. And then, that same year, I built him a little house, outside, heated and everything. And we took care of him. And then when we moved, of course, we totally officially adopted him and brought him with us. So I just wanted to share that. But anyway, okay. So this year, we're doing a spooky garden again. And this time, I'm going to be taking one of the kiddie pools that we used last year as kind of a raised bed garden in a way, and we're going to make that be our spooky garden. And then I really wanted to show it to you, but it's a little bit early, so I made a little video for you to see, so you don't have to see my hand written out little templates that I use. Here, look, check it out.
So we're starting with that kiddie pool and filling it with dirt, of course. And then I got a big pot for my bat flower. And then that's going to be flanked by the pumpkins on the stick. And in the front, we have the black pansies and orange marigolds. Ooh, I think it's going to look really, really nice.
What'd you think of those graphics, huh? No, I was excited about it. I wanted to show you it, a little bit better than just, writing it out like I do. Now, I have all the plants. The ones that I'm growing from seed are already started, and they're starting to sprout now, like the pumpkins on a stick, and they kind of look like this actually when they grow, but they're actually an ornamental eggplant is what they are. But I'm really anxious for them to come up. I've never grown them before, and just today, my bat flower came. Oh yes, we're going to give him another whirl for sure. I have a good feeling about him this year. The bloom is so unique and so spooky and so fascinating. I really, really hope he grows. Now, in the topic of plants and whatnot, when we talk about the spooky garden, every year we've done some type of little segment about plants too. We did plants that are appropriate for Halloween, spooky plants like the Venus flytrap, and then we did disgusting plants like the corpse flower, and this year it's all about the world's deadliest plants.
From Eve's metaphorical apple to the deadly flowers in folk tales and lore, dangerous plants have shaped human history and belief for a very long time. Somewhat alarmingly, many of them are also widely grown, either by choice in gardens and landscapes or just in the wild. Here are a few dangerous plants you should think twice about getting near. The manchineal is officially the world's deadliest tree. Found amid mangrove forests in the Caribbean, Central America, and the Florida Keys, the manchineal produces a sap that can cause severe blisters and blindness if it comes in close contact with skin or eyes. Even rainwater dripping from its leaves can induce sores and pain in mucous membranes. Its apple-like fruit is also extremely toxic. The rosary pea gets its name from the frequent use of its dried berries as rosary beads. Though native to tropical Asia, the vine has been cultivated as an ornamental plant in Florida and Hawaii and is now considered invasive. Its shiny red seeds, uniform in size and each crowned with a black dot, produces a deadly toxin called abrin. Ingesting just one seed is enough to kill you. White snake root is found in meadows, backyards, pastures, and wooded areas across the United States. Livestock, such as cows and goats, can eat the poisonous leaves and root systems of the plant and pass on a toxin called trematol to the humans who drink their milk. Among early settlers, trematol poisoning was known as milk sickness and often led to death. Nancy Hanks Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln's mother, well, she died of milk sickness in 1818. The name of this dangerous plant genus comes from Atropos, one of the three fates in Greek mythology who presided over death. Deadly nightshade contains tropane alkaloids that, if consumed, disrupts the body's ability to regulate involuntary processes such as heart rate and blood pressure, and this results in convulsions and oftentimes death. The effects of deadly nightshade poisoning also include sensations of flying, suggesting that the plant was the source of alleged witches' flying ointment in early modern European folklore. Ironically now, deadly nightshade is also the source of atropine, a drug used to treat low heart rate. And that was just a few of the world's many dangerous plants.
Dangerous plants. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've had so much fun tonight. And we didn't even get to a DIY or a project or anything. It's so much more I think we're going to have to do another video. I don't know. What do you think? It's already so late now. I can't add more to this video. And plus you've been sitting through this for... Nope. I think it's time. I think I've kept you long enough. And besides, officially, halfway to Halloween is May the 1st, which is Wednesday. So let me put my thinking cap on and see what I can come up with, okay? Okay, everybody, well, thank you so much for spending your time with me this evening. I really hope you enjoyed our halfway to Halloween festivities, and stay tuned, there may be a little bit more, you never know. Definitely hit that subscribe button.
Okay, there he is. Okay, yes, so let's get him and transport him to...
SSAM News Desk. I'm Christine, and I am here with breaking news just for you. In a shocking turn of events, once again, YouTube couple Smokeysteveandmarc were visited by beings from another world. During the filming of their Halfway to Halloween special, the aliens transported Marc to somewhere unknown, and this is where you come in. Now, the aliens were quick to reassure us that this is just a fun halfway to Halloween prank and Marc is just fine. But your help is needed to figure out where Marc was sent. Throughout the Halfway to Halloween video, there are obvious clues as to where Marc is. Comment below that video with your best guess and you could win a gift pack with a $25 Amazon gift card. The winner will be announced on Wednesday, May the 1st. Good luck, fellow Smokies, and thank you for your help in locating Marc. I'm Christine, and that is your breaking news for today.